Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make my chocolate bread pudding. It is just out of this world deliciousness. Let me take you over the ingredients so we can get started. You're going to need some stale bread, and I'm choosing to use challah bread. You're going to need some eggs, whole milk, heavy cream, regular granulated sugar, brown sugar, semi-sweet chocolate chips, cocoa powder, a pinch of cinnamon, and vanilla extract. Now for the bread, I really love to use an eggy bread anytime I make bread pudding, whether it's panettone for my panettone bread pudding that I made over the holidays, or if it's not the holidays, I love using challah bread or brioche. They're very eggy, slightly sweet, and they absorb the custard beautifully. So that's my favorite bread to use, but you can use whatever you like. Make sure it's stale though, and I know it sounds weird, but stale bread make the best bread pudding. Okay. Now, I have the bread here cut into cubes, and I have it in a casserole dish that I've just lightly buttered so nothing sticks. And now we're just going to go ahead and make the custard. In this big bowl, I'm pretty much going to add everything except for the chocolate chips and the bread, of course. I mean, all that, the milk, the cream, the eggs, both kinds of sugar, cocoa powder. Oops, it's a bit stuck in there. Here we go. Cinnamon, just to make everything taste even more chocolatey, and vanilla. Wonderful. Put some right in. Great. Now, patiently, I'm going to whisk this all together until everything is well combined. That looks great. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my chocolate chips, and I'm going to just spread these all over the bread pudding, and they'll sink into the crevices and they'll melt as they bake, so they'll be perfect. Now I'm going to just take this out. I'm going to pour the custard all over the bread. Yeah, look at that. It's going to be fabulous. Wonderful. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take a spatula and kind of push the bread down into the custard. Just like that. Wonderful. And now, I know this is going to sound a little bit silly, but I'm going to let this sit for about an hour at room temperature. I'm going to just put it on my counter for an hour because what I want is to give the bread a chance to absorb the custard before I bake it. Otherwise, if I were to bake this right now, the custard wouldn't seep through the bread enough to make it sort of fluffy and just delicious. So I'm going to put this aside for 1 hour, and then we're going to bake it. My bread pudding baked for about an hour at 350. Now you should let this sit for a little bit before you serve because it's piping hot, but I want to give you a better insight of what it looks like. So I'm just going to take a piece, right? Look at that. It's super, super fluffy. It's lightly crusty on the outside, which is perfect. But if I take a whole bite of this, I'm going to definitely burn myself. That's good. In my opinion, it's just how it should be. It's fluffy, it's light, it's delicious, and it's super duper, well, it's very rich, I'm not gonna lie. But you can definitely taste the chocolate in every way, shape, or form. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. Go to www.laurainthekitchen.com to get the recipe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.